Okay, sorry, I think everything's back. Sorry about that, folks. That was kind of weird. Okay. Uh, anyway, just sort of like continuing on now. Um, the modern version is a little more Blink centric, and I wanted to try this out because it has 8 pieces of Graveyard Hate in it that like feel very comfortable in the deck, and I feel like that's an okay place to be in terms of like hating on a format that's probably full of graveyard shenanigans. And let's just kind of like hop in and see how this all feels. Modern League, Modern D&D. Let's battle. And Slater and Steez Train, thank you very much for following. Kind of lost you in the midst of my quick stream restart there. That's not very typical. Anurag trying to steal my viewers. He can have whatever 5 viewers I lost by restarting my stream. I'm okay with that. I have a hand with Thalia. It's about the best I can probably hope for. The deck list is also on screen if you click the Cardboard Live extension on the left-hand side of the screen. There's like a set of cards there. You can click those and then hover over all my cards to see what they do. This is really exciting for me because, like, for a change, I have no idea what my opponents are doing. So I assume this is some sort of combo deck. It'll make infinite mana using this and some derpy white creature and then do something cool. I assume that's the gist of what happens. But I don't actually know. Feels like creature-based combo, so I don't even know how good this Thalia is. Hey JD, welcome. Like a collected company? What does this do? Okay, so it's bad green sun. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. So now they can make infinite mana. Hope you're having a good time down there, Bentley. Yeah, so JD, I wanted to go and play some Modern, and I figured if I was going to do it, it's best to just, like, do it on stream and see what happens. I still have no idea what's coming next. I don't know how they kill me. This is exciting. So Gooby, this is the first time I'm trying out this deck list, so I haven't looked into much at all. Just kill me. What do you need more than 20 mana for? I legitimately don't know. Of course, Bentley. Cyrus, I played a lot of Modern before a lot of the bannings. X equals 22. You got it. So, like, I played a ton of Splinter Twin. I played a ton of Blue, White, Red Control. I played a lot of Blue, White, Red Splinter Twin. A Bird of Paradise after all of that. My opponent didn't actually have... Oh, wait, hold on. They get big? Oh, neat. That's so cool. Alright. So I guess I can revoke their mana, guys. So I guess these are good. And I guess the removal spells are fine, even though this is sorcery speed. No Vampire Nighthawk, unfortunately. So the Arbiter seems good. What's my cut? Don't particularly know the format well, but I imagine that just, like, removing the most expensive cards versus a combo deck, it's probably fine. And if I'm revokering, I can probably go down on some other creature. Like, Thalia probably seems medium. Cleric probably seems medium, but it flies. Honestly, Giver of Runes is probably medium. I don't really see them interacting with my board too much. I'm guessing that they kind of do their own thing. I'm leaning towards cutting Clerics. So doing this kind of makes me feel like the core of my deck isn't amazing. And that I just don't have enough oomph, because, like, these are 8 of my finishers. Well, let's see how it goes. No, Bentley, I never do music on my stream, because if I do, then my videos get muted on Twitch replays, and then I can't send them to YouTube. What a weird format. What if I sang? So that's something that could occur, but maybe isn't going to occur. It kind of blows my mind that that's a playable card. But I guess, like, if you can make infinite mana, everything's fine. So now this is like a Bird of Paradise that taps for 2 mana. Seems good. I guess let's no sir that. And I kind of feel like I just turned this Giver of Runes sideways. I'm not familiar with how much removal my opponent plays, so I don't know how important it is to hold this back. Yeah, I'm guessing that this was not a bring in against me. I'm guessing that this was in the main deck to start with. Oh man, a 0/3. Guess I'm gonna shut that off too. This is not really the way I intended on doing mana denial this match, but it's the way that it's happening. I just tried to instinctively play around days, which is not something I need to do anymore. Just turn in Revoker sideways. Harley is in chat. Harley is Tesserator. The cat's out of the bag, Harls. Bosk, this was just a list I found on Twitter. I don't know what I'm doing. So kind of just want to wisp this out of the way and then crash in for more damage. I'd rather put in Thalia off Vile next turn than play it this turn. Actually, I guess I can just like attack in with both of these. This doesn't do anything with power protections, right? No. I guess I can just attack in with both of these, and I don't even need to give protection because one of them is getting through regardless. Well, if I need to put one on Devoted Druid, I can just use the Flicker Wisp on my turn. Right, because it taps to make mana, right? Yeah, so I'll reset one on my turn. More Flicker Wispy goodness. They will be getting some mana out of this deal. Wisp solves the problems you never really knew you had. I assume the Caryatid jumps in front of one of these. Wait, did I really forget to attack with this Flicker Wisp? Yep, I really did. So if they tap one for mana, I guess I'd rather they tap the Bird of Paradise for mana, because then that gets it out of the way. Ugh, the 3 points from Flicker Wisp is so relevant. Like, luckily I can just, like, Flicker Wisp the bird out as long as they don't have another flyer, and then just crash in for lethal. So, like, they're at 6 life, though, and that's a super relevant number given that I have 6 power in play. So making them tap the bird makes them, like, answer one of my creatures on board, or, like, die. So, like, they might not be able to tap the bird. So, like, I feel like I won this one, but maybe not yet. So my opponent says that they're lagging a bit. Let's tick that up. Let's play a Leonin Arbiter. Now I can Ghost Quarter, destroy their one land, activate this, yes, Flicker Wisp, flicker the bird out, and crash in for lethal. So I know they have Sylvan Caryatid, so that kind of makes my Thalias a bit worse, and they're really creature heavy. Maybe I'm not even supposed to, like, play the Thalia, then I'm just supposed to like play the clerics just because they fly and get over the small bodies that might be gumming up the board. But I'm not entirely sure. Like Arbiter and Revoker are my 2-drops that matter in this matchup. It's also possible that just like being lower to the ground and having clerics over Blade Splicer could be better. And this would just mean like that I'm flicker wisping their creatures and lands rather than getting Splicer value. I think the Splicers are kind of my end game. Let's get rid of the Thalias. I was thinking about 2 of each. But I think like Thalia on the draw is probably not great versus this deck. My opponent's definitely doing some lagging. And pardon me, I was just getting rid of a bot message. One land Aether Vial hands are good, right? I feel like a Vial hand plus 2 removal spells has got to be good enough. Giver of Runes, notably worse than Mother of Runes, but probably still good enough for Modern. Felt like a fine card that match, even though my opponent didn't have spot removal. Just like whacking with it a couple of times and then using it to force attackers through was fine. So that's in there too. Cat is making weird noises. Can't remove that one. And opponent has 1 land. I will use Aether Vial's ability. Path makes the land enter tapped, right? It does. I'm going to play out another Vial here. I'll get end of turn Giver of Runes, followed by Leonin Arbiter off Vial. and potentially path to exile, or like revoke the Sylvan Caryatid. Bird's fine. That's slightly more scary. So I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to go and attack their mana. I should probably just nug this. But I could, like, on thin ice the bird, revoke the Caryatid, leave them with 2 mana. I know they don't have another land in hand. And then try to answer the creatures, or sorry, and then answer this with a path to exile once the Land Arbiter is in play the following turn. Honestly, I don't hate that. Yeah, so like the question is like, do I want to deal with the things that matter, or do I just want to go and muck with their mana and try to strand them? Kavagaret, thank you very much for your continued support. Like, I feel like going on the mana denial plan is insane, because next turn I tick the Vial up, Flicker Wisp out this, get Path to Exile with no search ability. Alright, this targets a land first. So like they're at 2 mana for another turn, and things are about to get real bad. Oh, nice. Yes. Yes. Ooh, and I get another land. Bonus. Yeah, I think this one's over. I guess that's a bad attack, right? Because they just block here. I guess I can. No, I don't. I don't want to make this attack because I want to flick this at the end step specifically. Now they didn't float mana, so I can get rid of that with no downside. Okay, I don't think I can get this Sylvan Caryatid off the battlefield to get like the no permanent victory. But this seems pretty okay. So I always no to both of those for now. Does this blow up target land? Non-basic land. Rats. I guess I can safely attack in with all of these. Do I need to, like... I don't think I need to take a draw. I think I just pass the turn. Hold up Field of Ruin. Maybe end step, draw a card with Silent Clearing. Yeah, so I have to play Modern if I want to play Paper Magic locally. No Legacy to be had. So figured I should. Well, that's insane. Figured I should just stream while I'm doing these casually. Oh, I need to always yield. That's what I didn't do. Hey, I've got 4 main deck Remorseful Cleric and 4 sideboard Rest in Peace. I didn't need to cast that. I could have held that up for Vile, but I can't think of literally anything that punishes me for playing that out. Alright. I had no idea what I'm doing, and I did fine. Turns out, Ether Vial plus Flicker Wisp, still pretty okay. Faunus Decklist was kind of cool. Like, I've never seen that green Leyline hit play before. It seems really good in that deck. Oh man, QB Turtle's good at this format too. Good on that. Yep, we have a 1, 2, 3 curve. I will go ahead and keep this. Well, this Ghost Quarter I've got here is probably going to be pretty sweet. Let's not show them that yet, though. So Leon and Arbiter would be pretty sick as a draw. So I don't need to Ghost Quarter yet since I only have one piece. So I think I should just Splicer and give myself the opportunity to Flicker Wisp the Splicer if I draw a land while also Ghost Quartering. Yeah, I went to the local magic shop today, and Modern is the best of my local options at this time. They want to start Proxy Legacy, but it looks like that's probably quite a ways off. Oh, and Cafe Grid, I didn't notice, but that's a year of support now. That means a lot. Thank you so much. I am in Shelby, North Carolina, which is about an hour outside of Charlotte. So I can still go to Charlotte and play Legacy. But an hour is a bit of a drive for, you know, a casual, like, weekly event. Yeah, so now you expedition map, you search up, presumably you get the mine. Yeah. And then in your upkeep, I'll blow up the tower. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 power in play. Pretty okay. This deck definitely goldfishes faster than the Legacy version, that's for sure. Alright, so I assume they have big scary things that I need to revoke. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I assume they're still going to be playing Oblivion Stone and some Planeswalkers, so I'm sure these are coming in. Might consider the On Thin Ice. Back when I was playing against Tron, they were playing Worm Coils and things of that nature a lot. But maybe this is too much spot removal, and I should just stick with the paths. Stone and Ugin are the main Revoker targets. Okay, that's not surprising to me. I think I'll probably just lower my curve and cut the Restoration Angels for my Revokers, and probably just call that good. Yeah, so when you live in an area that's really good for paper magic, and you have, a legacy or a vintage scene or something like that, and then you move somewhere else where you're lacking that, it's very noticeable. I'll be keeping this. I'm on the draw, so this hand's a little slow, but Arbiter is search hate, and that definitely matters for cards like this. Field of Ruin's a fine draw. Yeah, I've ran into World Breaker and Legacy from time to time. That card can be pretty okay. So I think this is just going to be like, I was on the draw, and this hand ended up being too slow, but I couldn't have done any better. Because, like, my opponent gets Tron here, and then presumably just makes a big Planeswalker, and I lose. Wow, just going after my land, huh? Yeah, I mean, I can see now that they're playing specifically 7 mana cards, that Thalia is probably the better play. Oh, yikes, all is dust. Okay. Don't know that I'm beating this. Like, even if I had played Thalia first, if it was like Karn coming down followed by all his dust, I'm still just a goner. Like, they just have to have Stone Cold, nothing else left. I think one more follow-up card probably puts me just in the position where I can't do anything. This is when they cast a big creature, they get another big creature, right? Okay, colorless spell, CMC 7 or greater, get a colorless creature card. And an O-Stone. Rude. What? Okay, we'll take that. Oh, did my cardboard... Oh, I refreshed the stream. Yeah, give me 30 seconds to set Cardboard Live back up. Sorry about that. Where are my extensions? Refresh. There they are. Cardboard Live, off, on. There we go. So, I guess I'll play the Thalia rather than the Flicker Wisp to give myself the potential of pathing my own Thalia if it gets removed. I guess I wouldn't really want to do that. Yeah, O-Stone blowing up your own Planeswalker is kind of rough. Do they not get, like, is Iawugan banned in this format? Because that's what I was afraid of my opponent getting, and I'd just die. Is banned. Okay. Well, it's good that they can't search up a win condition with their random cards. I played in Eldrazi Winter. That's back when I still moderned. I have no idea what you're doing with colorless mana. Warping Whale? Warping Whale. That seems like something that could wait until their turn. To like see if they draw an All is Dust and get a 3-for-1. Alright, you get a mine. You have lots of mana. 11 mana. You play Ballista? Oh. Oh, that's pretty bad. Oh, and Sanctum of Ugin gets them another Duder. So how bad is the follow-up card? Walking Ballista. That's pretty bad. Drawing Revoker right here would be clutch. That is a Plains. $10, 12, 13, 14. Ballista for 7. And then next turn they can put 3 counters on it. Alright. Field of Ruin can knock them off Tron. So, like, that does a thing. But, like, opponent can still just put 2 counters on Ballista, crack me for 9. Shoot me for 9 more. And then I'm just dead if I can't answer this card. Alright. I tried. Opponent had too many sweet things. I think I'm just going to whack the submit button. I would like to play first. Oh boy. Oh boy. So if my opponent doesn't have natural Tron on turn 3, this is good. I think I need to ship this one. So on my turn 3, I get to Vial in Arbiter and Ghost Quarter them, and anything else I can do from there is upside. I think this is very close between Keep and Mull. I say with like no format knowledge. Yeah, sure, 2 passes, 1 too many, but I'd be ecstatic with this as a 6-card hand, right? Yeah, it's very possible I'm overvaluing Vile too much based on my legacy experience. No, I'm not going to revoke her map. I'm going to let them search for it and then Arbiter and get them. How's your land looking going? No, an opponent could have like totally played around this by just searching on their turn. But here we are. Me, with my Ether Vial and Cool Cat. So let's see if they find it without looking for, or without searching their library. They found a walking ballista. That's pretty okay and probably getting revoked. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put in my Thalia. Try to price them into casting the walking ballista to get rid of it. No, it's just a different art of Chromatic Spear. Sure. So now my opponent's going to cast a walking ballista for X equals 2 if they play another land. And I'll just revoke that. And then I can Flicker Wisp the walking ballista out of the way and crash in for 6 damage. Who needs lands when we've got Ether Vials? Yeah, cast your ballista. No. Yes. I still think I just want to crash in, though. But it gives me something to do the following turn. So that puts our opponent dead on board next turn, right? 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, puts him dead on board. And you all said this hand wasn't a keep. Oh god, did they play Thragtusk? That would be terrifying. Woo! I'm vindicated for my decision to keep. So rewarded, but admittedly because opponent made a clear error. Like, if they had just used their expedition map on their own turn to search, they would have played around my stuff, and I would have gotten wrecked. But opponent being bad, it's always an out. This hand looked great. So the real question is, like, leading on Arbiter better than leading on Thalia in this format? I just, like, legitimately don't know. So what's the return condition? Second? Okay. So you say that like I should know what that means? Oh, pyro, I see. So I don't know if I'm supposed to Thalia or Arbiter here. I think it's Arbiter, right? Chat saying Thalia, though. So, like, Arbiter would stop a fetch land. Thalia would stop more pseudo-cantrips. I think I like Thalia for the surprise of, like, Ghost Quarter take a land out. I feel like this is a close decision. It's like, do I want to hate on a fetch, or do I want to hate on a 1-mana spell? They've got a turn 2 4/3, which is super beatable. This is probably going to be nuts. I don't have the experience to know whether cutting them off green or red is better. I feel like cutting them off red is better. So, like, do I nuke their graveyard now for Hogak reasons? I don't think I do. No, Hogak's not in the graveyard. Well, I guess I should hold this back. We're not the aggressor yet. Blood gas coming back. Should I just take that out? Like, this makes it so they probably can't realistically cast a Hogak anytime soon. And I get, like, 2 pseudo pieces of value out of it. I'm in. There's the Hogak. That's super inconvenient. I don't think I can trade 2 bodies for that. I think I have to just take that hit and hope to find something that comes up the board. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for it right now. If I Field of Ruin them, that's 7 mana, and they can actually cast that. So the Field of Ruin is bad. Or wait, no, the Hogak. I was counting the Hogak in doing that. So they have 3, 4, 5 currently. This would be the 6th in graveyard. So I guess it's fine to continue to attack their mana. Like, I'm flirting with disaster. Yeah, this might be a turn where I have to use the Thalia as a chump blocker. Leonin Arbiter, friend. Thank you, though. So now I just need to rip a path and things are okay. I'm going to take this up. I start caring about Flicker Wisp now. This thing tramples. Nope. Opponent recast the Grave Color, gets the Vengevine back. I think that's gonna do it for me. Like, this tramples. So, yeah. Like, I can put 4 toughness there, block this, take 3. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Let's try this again, but with way more removal. Restoration Angel seems too slow. I'll go ahead and cut that as my starting point. There are things that I can revoke, but I think my other 2 drops are better, and I still need some fat. This maybe too many removal spells. I think I'd be comfortable cutting a couple of Blade Splicers, but I still want to keep a couple just to gum up the board. Thalia? Thalia seems good when I want to play. Right? Like, they have more than just Faithless Looting as spells, I assume, right? Oh, really? I'm just wrong? Alright. Okay, so if they've got a very low spell count, I could cut those, keep my Blade Splicers as fat, and run this. If I'm bringing in 8 non-creature spells, which are very critical to the matchup, maybe this is fine. Keep. I have a very good curve. Part of me really just wants to play the Arbiter this turn. Like, now if I just play this turn, and they're using a fetch land to get, like, white mana that answers Rest in Peace. Is it greedy to play the Arbiter? I don't know, like, how much discard they have. Like, this feels correct. See if I get punked by some, like, red removal spell on this. Well, we got maximum punished by taking the line that I did. But I drew like a master, so everything's fine. I mean, we all know I'm a skilled magician. That's been well established over the course of all these streams. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Surprise! Guess who has first strike? It's Golem. Go always no to that. I do need to stop flooding. Opponent says rip X2. I'm going to attack with a Splicer. I don't want to trade that off for another body. I need to have that around for future Flicker Wisp. A lot less control. You get big if there's cards in graveyards. Oh no, you can discard to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it regenerates. On thin ice. So I guess I want to get rid of this because like it regenerates and can get bigger. No attacks now. I don't want to trade off any of my bodies. So I need to be worried about like a Force of Vigor, exiling my Golem token plus Rest in Peace. Eh. I think I'm just going to take that hit. See how many counters they're willing to put on it. Leave myself in better situations for like absolute Flicker Wisp blowouts. No counters is the answer. Ghost Quarter not awesome. Alright, we're flooding out a little bit. Not ideal. Uh-oh. So this is 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Assuming they discard. So I do need to block. I think that does it. I don't think I can beat that now. Well, opponent didn't discard the extra card. But I still don't think I can get there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lands to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. That one was on you, deck. That one wasn't on me. Oh, we were not drawing a creature forever. Forever. I mean, deck seems okay. Like, I feel like 8 graveyard hate spells is an acceptable number of spells. Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised to see that thing not get the axe in Modern, but I guess they thought it was, like, a cool card. Is this the Graftland? Okay. Cool. I don't know what that means. Hardened Scales. Okay. I've never seen this card in action. Oh, dude, opponent, did you keep one land? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, you are going to have a bad time. Valiant. Yo, put the counter. Put the counter here. I'm going to assume that my opponent has at least one basic. I don't know that for sure, but seems plausible. I think I'm just going to play a Wisp out this turn, so that next turn I can Restoration Angel my Flicker Wisp and blink out a land for their entire turn. This is on a creature, right? Yeah. This Graft land is kind of annoying to click through. Yes, I will use Restoration Angel's ability. Flicker Wisp your land out. Neat. So they're at 5 life. This can give protection from some artifact that they play. Alright, we're always yielding to this. I don't know how you beat this many Duders, opponent. A Walking Ballista. 4-2. Cool. Yeah. So, like, the Restoration Angel plus Golem token still kill you if you just, like, ping things off this way. And I've got, like, Path to Exile to force this through. Alright, so we're playing against Affinity. Basically, Revokers seem good. They're going to have all sorts of activated abilities. And On Thin Ice seems good as well. So I think now it becomes a question of, like, how much endgame stuff do I need? I kind of like keeping the Restoration Angels to have some stuff with greater toughness for like walking ballista reasons. Okay, what does Rest in Peace stop? Some like modular stuff? Is that like good enough to bring in? This is an actual question. Okay. So am I supposed to just like lean on this as the core of my deck? And then trim some other stuff? So like I have so many cards to bring in. So like I can see cutting Thalia and Arbiters and just like not playing that plan. Just planning on like having protection against their stuff and just generating a bunch of golems eventually. Alright, let's try this. I think I can do better than this one. Like, while Giver of Runes is fine, I don't think it's a reason to keep a hand. Let's find a 6. I'll keep this and throw back the second Rest in Peace. I like this hand much better. I have turn 1 removal spell for a creature, turn 2 Rest in Peace, potentially turn 3 Blade Splicer. Oh, that's the third Rest in Peace in 8 cards. So thanks. I don't even know that I removed this 1/1 if I'm just gonna like play a Rest in Peace. I'm not going to. Oh, that's annoying. My deck seems pretty bad now. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised this sideboard doesn't have something like Disenchants. That was a staple of the format back when I was playing. Three mana, 1/1. Like, I'm fine with having access to a Rest in Peace early in the game. If I block, would they regenerate their 1/1? Let's find out. They would not. So I do think I want to remove the walking ballista so that I can keep my flicker wisp around. They'll ping me for 1. Three mana, 3/1. Way better. Oh man. It's like better ponder. Another hangerback walker. That is very rude. Or sorry, a hangerback walker. So I think I need to keep my flicker wisp around. You can keep your 1/1. Biggest wet noodle contest. I am so noodly. So I guess I don't really have a reason to remove this right now. And wait till they attack with it. Yeah. All right. I feel like they're starting to pull ahead in the wet noodle contest. I wonder how many basics they play. You would like to put your counters on it before you exile it. Sure. Oh boy. Yeah, like I never would have thought to board Rest in Peace against this. What is that? Okay. So you can get Serwos. They don't fly, right? They don't fly. It didn't die, I got exiled. Also, Rest in Peace. I guess this is like the point where I go like, okay, fine. They have a lot of forests. I have a lot of plains, so it's only fair. Could really use them to brick on a draw here. All right. That's fine. That is less fine. They... Oh, wow. Okay, so they have a walking ballista in hand. Alright, well, that's scary. Well, we're doing really good with the flooding. Really good. I had all the time in the world here. Maybe this deck has, like, too many lands. Yeah. I kind of feel like I want to drop at least one land from this deck before playing it again. Because this is a couple games in a row where I've flooded. And, like, that's going to happen no matter what. But, like, this is ridiculous. I know about this evolutionary leap now. I don't think that's going to change anything. And I don't quite have as good of mana sinks as I do in Legacy. This hand seems insane. Yeah, maybe I can even drop 2 lands then. I'm going to go ahead and just cast the Rest in Peace now, rather than, like, ram a Revoker out there on some random card. Like, I'd probably just name Walking Ballista, not knowing what my opponent has. We'll see. My opponent has a ton of activated abilities. We have a Ravager. So now they can't sack stuff to Ravager, and the dies trigger side of it is gone. Just kind of hope they don't have a big ballista to shoot me and make me sad. Yeah, I'll take that hit. That's fine. A Path. Path is great. So I could just like preemptively revoke a ballista and path something. But I think I'm just going to pass the turn here with Restoration Angel up. If Ballista gets cast, I'll just resto my Revoker and change it. Exhibit A. What am I missing here? Do they think they're going to get to move this counter? This is a 3-4. Like, would they really be willing to go like 1, 2, 3, sack their entire board to the Ravager? Or wait, no, Hardened Scales is throwing my math off. So they could junk these two and make it huge. I see. So I guess my question is, am I willing to like trade two of the, like, am I willing to trade like Mox Opal and Worker for this? No, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go no block here. Mtesm, thank you very much for your continued support. You are up to a year now. Oh man. So the thing is, like, the Rest in Peace does some work at cutting down the number of things that they'd actually get. So now I cast Revoker, and I put the decision point on them right now, like, how all in on this Ravager are you willing to go? So now I'll shut that off. And I think my Restoration Angel's attacking now. Because they'll presumably attack in with everything. I'll path their Ravager. Then I'll crack back for 7, and they're on a 2-turn clock. This is fine for me, too. So I'm thinking about, like, trading this for this here, since these two cards kind of stare at each other anyway. But I think I'm going to leave my body in play, because if I draw a removal spell, I can like use it here and crash in for more damage. This Hangerback Walker is going to get big. Very, very big. Kind of want to take a redraw off the Silent Clearing. I'll lose double white for Flicker Wisp, though, which would be a great draw. I also lose the ability to cast a Restoration Angel. Nah, I think I'll go for the redraw next turn if I miss. And I think I'm not the aggressor anymore. I think the Restoration Angel needs to stay back on D. Okay, there's a Flicker Wisp. That's awesome. Well, I moved, so I'm in a different area. But yeah, I don't have legacy options locally. Now I'll make this Crackhand. So I have my opponent on a 2-turn clock. Feel somewhat safe. Only somewhat, though, because, like, these two cards together can probably get out of control very, very quickly. A Dismember? Ooh, Dismember on the Walking Ballista. That is very strong. Only sort of. Like, it doesn't change the clock, right? Like, my opponent is still on a 2-turn clock because of the life loss there. So the question is, like, can they get this up to 4 counters to kill the Restoration Angel? Well, that might be good enough. So that actually gets 4 counters. Oh no, it's only 1 more. Okay. Yeah, then everything's fine. Seems like a weird attack. Like, are you really willing to give up a ballista for my revoker instead of 1 counter? Alright. So you ping a Restoration Angel. 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 I cast another Restoration Angel. And the game is over. So Restoration Angel says non-angel, so I can't go and like use it. Alright, so we're 3-1 right now with a loss to Hogak. Which, since that's the best deck of the format, I don't feel too bad about that. Yeah, so when you play multiple Restoration Angels, you can't use Resto to save Resto. Resto saves everything else that's not Resto. Displacer's cool. I've played with Displacer a little bit in Legacy. So this is going to be like the same deck as round 1? I don't know. I'm much more willing to just send Giver of Runes sideways than I am to send Mother of Runes sideways. Yeah, it might. Red seems weird for Devoted Druid combo, right? Is this some sort of weird land destruction deck? Like with the liquid metal coating and shenanigans? Alright. So does my opponent have removal that I need to hold this Giver of Runes back for? Or is this just a 1-2 that can attack? They run Bolts and Anger, like Anger of the Gods. Alright. I'm just gonna hold up Giver of the Runes. That way, like, liquid metal, I can blank a liquid metal coating activation on one of my creatures if that's relevant. Blood Moon is A-okay with me, friend. So do they have any real creatures? Because if they don't have real creatures, should I just path to exile this bird to essentially tap down the bird for a turn? And make it so they can't, like, go land, have 5 mana, and, like, Karn or something? Because it seems fine to path, but I don't know what's in their deck. Yeah, whatever, I'm doing it. Tap it. I wonder if I stopped a Karn from coming down this turn. And Arbor Elf. That's fine. Well, it's not exactly bolting the bird, you know? So I have my opponent on a 2-turn clock. See if this is good enough. I haven't really done much this game. I don't know if that's because my Giver of Runes is blanking some of their stuff, or what. Ooh. Well, that's not bad. I have not given any thought to any D&T deck list other than the one that I am currently playing. Like, the decision to play Modern tonight came, like, 5 minutes before I started streaming. So I just, like, found a deck list and whacked the submit button. But I don't know that, like, that synergy is powerful enough to build a deck around, like, given the more broken things that you can be doing. Like, if I was going to go into another color, I think I'd just want to be black for a Tide Hollow Sculler. Discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. For each non-land card discarded this way, get an elemental. Okay. Nice. So I can play both of these spells. But Seasoned Pyromancer going to the graveyard is, like, good for my opponent. It just gives them more chump blockers. So I think I'm just going to send in with the Wisp. Oh, yeah, so Lavinia would make it so they can't play Hogak unless they have 7 lands. Is that how that works? Because that's kind of hilarious. Spellqueller's neat. I've tried that card in Legacy, but couldn't really quite make it work. Alright, so do you have some sort of shatter effect to get rid of my Flicker Wisp now? Sure. So Flicker Wisp is lethal. Flood. So if I attack in with everything, my opponent chumps the Golem with Seasoned Pyromancer, or no. If I attack in with everything, Blade Splicer gets blocked by Pyromancer, Elemental blocks Golem, they take 2. No, so Blade Splicer has to be the one that gets through, so that my opponent goes to 1. So I'm not going to lose any creatures. My opponent will be able to make 2 more dudes. Yeah, I know my top decks are strong here. It's been pretty consistent over the course of tonight. Now, if my opponent happens to have a Bolt, you know, everything's off. I feel like I need a Recruiter of the Guard. Card seems like it would be sweet. It's like cast Recruiter, yet another Recruiter, cast Recruiter, cast 3-drop, go, 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 go. Yeah, Hallowed Spirit Keeper would be a nice addition. But, like, if we're playing that game, so would Stoneforge or Mother of Runes. Alright. So my opponent has Planeswalkers, so Revoker seems good. The games are probably going long enough where Gideon is great. So what's not good? So, like, this stuff needs to stay. This probably needs to stay. The Path to Exiles are probably medium power level, if even good at all. I might play game 2 without them and just see how that feels. And like I could drop some Remorseful Clerics. This isn't really their time to shine. I could also consider going down some lands, but that's probably less good if I'm bringing in the Gideons. I mean, this list is really just a lot of, like, 4-ofs, right? Sand seems fine. I have lands, I have spells. Utopia Sprawl plus Arbor Elf is kind of cute. Friend, I hope you're not all in on that card. Because I'm stopping it right now. Evening. Like, they could have some artifact destruction stuff, like blow up my Revoker and then keep going. I did not plan for Inferno Titan. This was not something I was prepared for. Nowhere NH, thank you very much for following. I think you're supposed to cast that EE for 0 because of Blade Splicer, but, you know, whatever. They're so far ahead at this point. I boarded out my removal too, so like I basically don't have outs to this card. And that's really good to know about for the next game. Is it better to just like Flicker Wisp away this land and slow them down? No, I think since I'm so likely to lose, I should just like let them keep the mana and cast more spells and give me more information. Well, that's going to name my Vial. If I put in Thalia, it just dies to an Inferno Titan attack. So I guess I just let that happen. This way there's worlds where they just like kill my Golem. And I keep the Splicer, then I can Flicker Wisp the Splicer, get another Golem. But again, really not liking my odds. Is this card even good? Alright, so they're just choosing to nug my entire board. Oh, I see. If they're Hellbent, it's draw 2. Okay, alright. I get it now. Oh, nowhere. I'm super happy to hear that. Glad you got to catch me live. I suppose sorry it wasn't with Legacy, but, you know, it's something, right? Alright. And it's a very good record at the local level, too. 16-3-1. Like winning 16 out of your 28 out of 10, 80% win rate locally. Well, slightly higher, I guess, technically because of the draw. But that's really good. Zondo, thank you very much for following. Hope you're enjoying the content. So I probably need either Path or On Thin Ice. I like On Thin Ice better in some ways because like it can go and get rid of the elves in the early game, but they do have Pillage, which can blow up a land and like free the creature that's under On Thin Ice, and that's slightly awkward. So I probably need to just play some Paths. The other Cleric can go. Then what? Maybe I don't need 4 Paths. Yeah, I can play like 3 trim a Resto since I'm bringing in some Gideons, and then trim 1 land. Actually, no, let's not trim a Plains. Let's trim a Field of Ruin. Like my opponent's mooning and has a bunch of basics. Mulligan. Don't have enough land. Keep. So it's very possible with this hand, I should just keep all 4 of my lands, ditch my Ether Vial. No, I need 5 lands in order to play Gideon because of my Thalia, if the Thalia sticks around. I'm 3-1. So I think I need to keep my Vial to cheat on mana. And just like junk the Field of Ruin. My Thalia Gideon Nunbo is showing, but I'm pretty likely to draw a land to play Gideon on 4 if my Thalia is removed. And like the Vial hitting play just makes any other creature I draw so much better. But it's weird that I'm even considering throwing the Vial back. Yeah, I think for Modern, I should more actively consider siding out Vial. It's not going to be nearly as good as it is in Legacy. Yeah, I totally believe that. So I could just ghost quarter that Utopia sprawled land. If I do so, I can't Restoration Angel. And I'll just be way further away from casting this Gideon. I think I need to do that, because like otherwise this provides him 4 mana this turn. Yeah, out you go. I don't think they can do too much at instant speed. This floating Utopia sprawl is kind of weird. Oh, I'm actually super happy with that. So this is just going to name the Arbor Elf for now. And then I can resto reset it later if I need to name something else. But my opponent shouldn't be able to like Planeswalker this turn. 100% will take the 1 there, friend. Alright. Opponent has figured out how Arbiter works. Didn't make an error there. Do you have something? It appears that I have just kind of crippled them. That's great for me. So I play another one of these. So I need to be worried about land into like Inferno Titan. It can't be a fetch land though. It has to be a regular land. I'm not too worried about a Planeswalker because I can, like, I have so much pressure on the board that even if they have a walker that kills one of my things, like a Chandra Minus, for example, just kills one of these, and then I kill them with the remaining creatures. Yeah, Big Chandra is amazing. I've been playing that in Legacy and been super happy with it. All right, look at that. Didn't really know what I was doing in the format. Got a 4-1 with DNT. Super happy with that. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to be probably playing a little bit of Modern on stream from time to time, but this is mostly a Legacy channel. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be streaming 4-color Agrolome. Well, we still call it 4-color Agrolome if it's not playing Loam. It's just playing a pile of Ren and 6. Sort of a philosophical question there. Anyway, that's going to happen tomorrow morning at like maybe 9 a.m. Eastern time. Like basically after I get up and have breakfast, I'll be doing that. That's a donation decklist stream. I hope you've enjoyed this tonight. If you do, please consider following the channel. And if you really like it, consider doing something to financially support my content creation. Let me see if I have anybody that I can host. Oh. So I'm going to turn you over to my friend Anurag, who is playing Legacy Unchained. That is Legacy with, like, no, or a greatly reduced ban list. So I hope you enjoy that. I want to watch a bit of this myself.